everyone on YouTube, and welcome to my review of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1 Episode 24, Accomplices. I'm just gonna be upfront and say that I did not expect much from this episode because yes, it's episode 24 and I have a theory that episode 24 in anime is just always amazing. But I thought that for a while now, seasonal shows that I've been watching does the big finish in the second to last episode, and then the last episode is like a winding down. This was not a winding down. This was boom, but I don't really know how I expected it to be a wind down episode when it ended the way it ended last week. But I think in my brain I just thought for a minute like, oh, it'll probably be the end of the fight and then a winding down, but it wasn't. It was a 10 out of 10 episode. In fact, actually, I already scored the episode because I couldn't wait. I had to do it in the reaction video. And I gave story 10 out of 10, characters 11 out of 10, visual 10 out of 10, audio 10 out of 10, enjoyment 10 out of 10, which gives us a 10.2 out of 10 for the finale. Like, it's crazy. You need to replay that Yuji and Nobara Black Flash scene. It was too mesmerizing to watch. I know this is gonna be annoying, but I don't think you get to decide for me what I replay. I will probably rewatch the whole season at some point. And like I said before, I did start buying the manga, so I will read it too. And probably what I'm gonna do is eventually, when I start reading it, I'll watch the episodes as I go along. But yes. Tiago says, the episode was really amazing. I also felt so conflicted seeing one of the cursed brothers crying for the other. That's so soft spot for me and it looked so amazing. I more so felt so much love for Yuji for noticing that and not just writing it off as, well, it's my life or theirs. He said that, like that moment when he said, I'm sorry, I was just like, yes. Like, because I just didn't want them to die. I didn't think too much about what they wanted because for me it was, well, it's either their lives or yours. And I choose them. But then when he took a step back and he still did what he needed to do, but at least he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's amazing that he noticed it too, yeah. So it was really an insane episode. And what I quickly want to do, Matty says 11 out of 10 reaction. Your mouth must have been wide open for 5 minutes. Like, at some point, I didn't even know what to do with my face because it was just like, and I remember one moment where I blinked and I missed something, and I was like, then I did need to replay it because every single second of that like every single second from the moment the episode started was just like something was happening, and the visuals and everything, like wow, 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 wow. It really was a star episode. So please add a star to my full reactions doc. 10.2. I mean, that is that I'm gonna leave it like that. 10.2 because looks like I was late for the finale. Don't worry, you are subbed, so you can just rewatch it later. I also, for those of you watching the review back on YouTube, I added Yuji to my top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12. So he's in my top 12 boys. How do I have fucking 12? No. There's too many boys. It should be like 12 boys, 12 girls, or 13 boys, 11 girls or something. There's too many boys now, not enough girls. So let me just quickly, I moved Yuji up to there and Nobara as well. Let me just, there we go. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 girls. I think that's a little... but I like... Yato more than I like Juvia, so I can't really remove him to add her, you know, so I'm gonna leave it like that. It's fine. So let's take another look here. So Yuji jumped into my top 12 at number 12, and it's not going to be like, sometimes with my top 12 girls or boys, it can be fleeting. Like sometimes it's in the moment and then they're there and then they're not, because of seasonal bias and whatever. But in this case, I can tell you that's not going to be, he's going to keep climbing. I don't know when the second season is going to start or whatever, but it's not a fleeting thing. He's going to stay there. And then same with her. Honestly, my top girls are in the top for a very different reason than my top boys, most of them at least. And she is like one of the most unique girls in my top. So, see, I don't like that there's so many boys. I don't like so many, and then the girls start over there. I don't like it, but whatever. At some point, I'll just have to mix them around, like top 15, 20, top 25. So at some point, I'm going to have to do that, but I haven't had time. And then I'll see where Yuji and Nobara place, and you guys can keep an eye on my Annie list. But Nobara is one of the most badass female characters that I've ever come across. And I have a lot of favorite girl characters. In fact, Nami should really be on this list as well at this point. I don't know why she isn't. It's because, you know, I know actually why she isn't. The reason is she climbed up slowly. Whereas a lot of these characters were like, bam, there was one defining moment where I knew, like, okay, no, they need to be on there. Nami's was like a slow climb. Thank you for subscribing, Stru. Get these boys out of here. Yuji is such a good boy, and if they didn't exorcise them, these brothers would have gone to kill innocent people. But I think part of him knows that. And wow, the ending was just so great when Fushiguro and Nobara were talking, and then that he was trying to spare or Yuji's feelings, but then Yuji already knew because of Sukuna, and he wanted to spare and not tell Fushiguro, and wholesome characters, man. Great characters. I know you're joking, name swirls, but I just need to point this out. You know when someone says oh, my favorite fruit is strawberries, and then someone goes, oh, well, that means what about grapes, huh? You don't like grapes then? And I was like, I didn't say anything about fucking grapes. I just said strawberries is my favorite. I also like grapes. I know that's not how you meant it, but that's always just the first thing I think of when I'm like, oh, I love Nami, and then someone's like, oh, no love for Robin, I see. And I'm just like, no, I like Robin. I just don't like her as much as Nami. It's really funny, but anyway, Nobara is amazing. Yuji is amazing. And let's just quickly take a look. I'm very excited to get my average score. No, why do I do that? I'm very excited to get see my average score for the season based on my score for every episode, and then give an overall score, because as I explain every time, and I'm going to always explain it because new people watch these videos and then they don't know how I do it, my average score is obviously based on my score episode per episode, and at each episode I focus on that episode and maybe a little bit what came before it. So my average score is not necessarily going to be the same as my overall score, because my overall score is here I am, this is me. No, I'm at the end, here I am at the end of the show looking back, and then sometimes, for example, I'm just going to give one example, Dr. Stone, throughout, I was enjoying it a lot, and I was hyped, and I was thinking this was going to happen, and yeah, I'm excited for this and that. And then by the end, and I looked back, and I was like, well, actually, it wasn't as great as I thought and I was excited for, because you have expectations and all that stuff and bias. So then at the end of Dr. Stone, I realized, I'm going to round it down to an 8 and not round it up to an 8.5, just because of that little overview, feeling like it didn't really live up to my expectations or whatever. So that I'm going to do the same for Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm going to look back and see. It blew my expectations away, to be honest. It was good from the start, so I expected it to continue to be good, but wow. So let's quickly take a look here at my average score. Equal average. By the way, my score for Dr. Stone Season 2 is still a very good score. It was just, I expected that my expectations were a bit high, you know. Okay, wait. Average score for episode 1 to 13, as you can see here, was an 8.8. So let me just 8.8, because I need to include that in my average score here. Wait. Equal average, like that. $8.8 for episode 1 to 13 was my average. Then we have episode 14, 8.6. Episode 15, 8.4. Episode 16, 9. Episode 17, 9.8. Episode 18, 9. Episode 19, 9.6. Episode 20, 9.5. Episode 21, 8.4. Episode 22, 8.4. Episode 23, 9.4. And episode 24, I'm gonna include it at 10.2. And then what do we have? An overall score of 9.1, which I will round up to a 9.5, even though you can't really do that, but I am going to do that. My average score, therefore, is a 9.1, but because of my overall experience and enjoyment being as great as it was, I will be giving it a 9.5. So that's when I do this. Jujutsu Kaisen. So that was before. Let's see here. Story. I'm gonna give it a 9 for story. Characters, 10. Okay. Visuals, 9.5. Yes. Audio, 9, because, you know, sometimes I feel like maybe they went a little bit overboard, but generally it was amazing. And then enjoyment, 9.5, which gives us an overall 9.4 out of 10, which I'm going to round up to a 9.5. And then completed, episode 24. Bam. What would you guys score the finale episode and then the season as a whole? Exact same score breakdown as me. Ooh, nice. Because it is objectively true. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. 9.2 for me as a whole, says Tiago. Elizabeth gives it a 10 out of 10. I'm not sure if that's for the episode or the season or both. Kai says, I haven't watched the finale yet, but the season is already a 10 out of 10 for me. Dark Shadow, 10 for the episode, 9.5 overall. Matty, 10 out of 10 for the episode, and the season is 5 stars. So Matty scores out of like 1 star, 2 star to 5 star. Jevkor says, my new favorite shonen, 9 out of 10. Rich Donut, a 5 star. And Vert says, I settled on a 9.5 on the season, but it's riding that line between a 9 and a 9.5. It got muddled a bit there in the middle, but when it's great, it's really great. Muddled? Which part? I mean, I had a couple of not 9s, but nothing was below an 8, which to me is insane. Like, for me, obviously, that's my score. I just mean, like, I'm trying to think muddled for me would be like with some other shows, it takes a dip like a 6 or something. Like, that's to me is muddled, like, oh. Boksoon says 100 out of 10. Whoa. Vasilij, 10 for the finale episode, 9.5 overall. Alpha Q, 9.5. Sorry, the chat is going quite fast, so I'm trying to read as much as I can. Vazimir, 11 out of 10. Final ending was great, funny, and a little sad. No cliffhanger. A little sad that there's no cliffhanger. I kind of feel like that's a good way to end it, because you know that there's so much more coming, but you don't have to wait for a specific scene, like, are they dead or not? Or, oh my god, they ended in the middle of a fight. I think that's a brilliant way to end a season, personally. I didn't really care for the stretch where everyone thought Yuji was dead. Oh, okay, okay. You mean the, what do you call it? The training arc. Juno says it will never replace One Piece as my favorite, but Jujutsu Kaisen, I have zero criticism for me at this point, so 10 out of 10. Michael says 10 out of 10 for the season, pretty much a perfect adaptation. I keep getting confused with the word adaptation and adaptation. The only thing I can think of that was done badly for me was Megumi versus Sukuna at the start when it went overboard. Oh, I remember that. I do remember that. This girl Gojo found looked cute and maybe gets drunk after one drink. But we know that girl that Gojo phoned, she was just dressed differently. It was the girl with the, she had like a Miku, not a Miko, like a shrine girl outfit, didn't she? She's the teacher of the other students, isn't she? Or do you mean the other girl that he paid? Like, I was confused. What about with her? What, should I know what's happening there, or do I just leave it and it will be explained next season? Yes, Gojo is the one that he said he's a lightweight, I think. Oh, Mei, I think he paid her to promote his students. Oh, shit. You're right, that's probably what it would happen, because she's very greedy. That's not good. That's not good at all. In the real world, remember that girl, we were talking about her the other day, the actress's daughter that the mom paid to get into college or the university of her choice, and then the mom had to go to jail because everything came out, and she's still being like shamed online even now. And like there's people commenting on her stuff, like she posts like any video, and then there's always someone commenting that you have to pay for people to go to school, only then will I forgive you. And I'm just like, dude, who gives a fuck if you forgive her? Her mom fucking went to jail. I don't care if she went to a fancy jail, she went to jail. And like, I think that happens a lot more than we realize. You know, connections and stuff, and because I don't know, but obviously there's a right and a wrong, and I think it's wrong, but I'm just saying, like, it happens a lot, and now it's even happening here, and I don't think that's a good thing, and I don't think it's gonna work out to be a good thing. Or maybe he paid because in the school event she said you need to pay me more. I don't know, it might be like a bait and switch or something, but I don't see why else would Mei recommend them first years, even if they did something as great as that, you know. Yeah, I'm sure Todo only did it because he wanted to. Brother. That's crazy. Gojo fangirl is crazy in Japan. Okay, no, that was very good though. The whole season was really great and so exciting. It wasn't perfect for me, but it's very rare that a show, like, let's take a look at my 10s are biased 10s. It's when something in the story speaks to me on a personal level. Because nothing can ever be perfect. You only think something's perfect when it resonates with you. That's what I believe anyway. Something can always be better objectively, if you put it like that. Sorry for this. I don't really know why I'm doing it the whole time. But nothing is perfect, especially art. Like, art can't be perfect. It's based on perspective, right? Beauty is an eye of the beholder. But all my 10s, if I do give something a 10, it's a biased 10 because, like I said, that resonates with me. And even though this is a brilliant show, like I would almost venture so far as to say objectively brilliant, in considering its genres, you know what I'm saying? It's objectively good, even though it's not for, obviously it's not going to be for everyone, but considering its genres, you can't say that it's not good. You can, because it's your opinion, but I'm just trying to be like, if we were to try and narrow it down to an objective opinion, which you can't really, but you can try, I think it's objectively a brilliant show, but not perfect. But I'm just curious. Let's take a quick look at my completed and then sorted by score. How do I do that again? Sort by score. Most of my 10 out of 10s is movies. Demon Slayer, because it resonates with me. It's like just something that when I watch it for the first time, it's just my bias 10. Okay, movie. March Comes in Like a Lion season 2. Biased, very emotional, very beautiful. ReZero season 1. You know, I watched that. Okay, I'm not going to explain myself the whole time. ReZero season 1. Violet Evergarden. Attack on Titan season, oh no, that's a 9.5. So, yeah, I only have 3 10s, and it's Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, March Comes in Like a Lion season 2, and ReZero season 1, and Violet Evergarden. Those are the 4 anime, not movies, that I've given a 10 out of 10 to. Gojo resonated with you. Yeah, but he's one character, and that's mostly because he's hot. Like, he's not in my top 12 boys, because you don't get in my top 12 boys by solely being hot. It helps. But I still kind of, like, I'm still a little bit, what's the word? Suspicious of him. He's not a goodie. Like, I love a goodie. Like, look at my top boys. Goody, wholesome. What do you call a person that has a very strong sense of justice? He's more or less that. No. Yes. Goody. Not really. Goody. On the inside, goody. Okay, no. No. Okay, no. Goody. Okay, no. But many of them are goodies, okay? And Tanjiro is also technically... Tanjiro is also technically supposed to be on here, but the only reason he isn't is because Demon Slayer is in my top 3. So I'm like, it's already my top 3, and I have limited space for top 10 boys. So since it's as a show already in my top 3, I'm not gonna need to put the main character, because it's because of the main character that it is in the top 3. Does that make sense? I think I heard more no's. You like Tanjiro. I guess you hate Robin. Zoro and Luffy don't want to be heroes because then they would have to share their meat and sake. But regardless of what Luffy thinks, I love his sense of justice. Like, he doesn't have a typical hero, we should do nothing wrong sense of justice. But when his friends are in trouble, he sticks around and he helps them. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what he thinks of himself, I see him as a goody. Does that make sense? It's not about do you never do anything wrong ever. It's about your sense of justice. So like, in that sense, Zoro could also be considered, but not as much as Luffy. I just feel like Luffy has a pure kind of good. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Cherry. It's a purity about him. Wholesomeness. Even if he's not he's such a good boy though, even if he's not a good boy. So oh, for sure. I just love that's how both he and Zoro see heroes. I have a question. I think I already asked this, and it's about One Piece. Did Zoro say that in the manga as well? Because I think someone told me that it wasn't in the manga. But then we looked, or someone looked, and then it was in the manga. But now I don't remember if it was. So was that an anime added detail, or was that in the manga? He did. Oh, it was a fake news. Okay. Fake news. He did say it in the manga. Okay, cool. Isn't Natsu a goody? I don't. He's like, he is. I haven't watched Fairy Tail in a long time, so I don't want to like say it and then I'm forgetting like some stuff. But I think he is a goody. But yeah, I really like goodies. Like, I like characters with a strong sense of justice, even if they get worked up, and that's why I always loved Eren. And then anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, did you send the manga panels to the manga chat? Zoom. Oh, there are 6 panels of chapter 60, 61, 62, and 63 from Elizabeth. So let's take a look. Jev has a point. What did Jev say? Natsu loves destruction of property though. Yeah, but so does Luffy. Luffy doesn't care about like if he steals. Like, it's not about doing nothing wrong. It's just their sense of justice and their wholesomeness. Like, that can also count for me as a goody. That's why Luffy is still a goody for me, even though, you know, he's a pirate. So like, even if, like, for example, they don't care if they do break something in a fight, then that's one thing. But if they find out that they broke someone, like an old man's dango stand, and then they will make it right. Even if, like, Luffy is a pirate, he still somehow, I feel like, I don't know, he doesn't do bad things. I don't know how to explain it, but it's more so like their purity and wholesomeness. Like, kids do bad things sometimes, but they're still good and wholesome. Luffy giving the dog the bag of dog food. Yeah, in the very beginning, they're in what, Orange Town or something. Yeah, no, Kai, I think you should come back in like 25 minutes. So let's take a look here. There are 6 panels of chapters 60, 61, 62, and 63, and a color cover. Let's start with whatever this link is here. Ooh, damn, that's like some grip she got there. Hell. But I liked it. This is really cute. Cute shoes too. I love the style. Gege Akutami. Accomplices. Such a cool title for the episode. I love when a title... Whoa! Extreme corrosion technique. I'll kill you. Winged King. Kugisaki, don't touch that blood. This is freaking... Is Sky hungry? Just go with her then. Wow, this is pretty amazing. Like, even though it's weird, it's still beautifully illustrated, right? Oh, wait, you can't see. Bam. This is pretty. He really reminds me of the Pillar Man. Indeed. I may have broken a window or two when I was a kid playing football, but I suppose I was a goody. Nice JoJo pose. That's really, well, like, nicely illustrated. Definitely beautiful. I saw this, as I said in the reaction, I saw an image of her. Wow, they really went all out with the freaking expressions in this episode. Amazing. But I saw an image of her face on Twitter, and I thought it was edited. I was like, oh, that's pretty, that's cool, someone did that, and then I scrolled past, because I'm not going to read, like, I try and avoid things on Twitter as much as possible to not get spoiled. And so when I just saw her face with these, like, images, I thought someone edited it. And I was gonna say in the reaction, but my mouse, I couldn't think of words, and it was amazing, and I was distracted. But this last week, and week to 2 weeks maybe, I've really been wanting to get a tattoo so bad, like an anime tattoo, just like on my arm or something like here. I don't know, but I think it would look so fucking amazing. And now this comes up, and I was like, wow, that looks so amazing. On her face even, but I'm not going to put it on my face, but I really want an anime tattoo, guys. This is a really bad match against me, but damn, this moment with her, I just honestly cannot find the words to express how badass she is. Even though she was helped, like, oh, damsel in distress, I knew that this is his strength is speed. He is helping her, but later she has her strength too, and he would not have been able to defeat both these people by himself. Like, this was a team effort. They both have their strengths, and it was just so fucking badass, all the shit she did and said and her expressions. And then even at the end when they were talking and he was saying, how do you feel about this? And her response, like, it's just so... wow, she's great. Get an anime tattoo in Japan. But that's 2 years away. I can get another tattoo in Japan. You know? Maybe Sue and her shark costume tattoo. That is the best one. Okay. But yeah, this is... I really love this. The scene in the anime, it was... I'm not even gonna go back and rewatch it, because then I'm gonna rewatch the whole episode. You hate pain, right? You lose if you give up. An endurance match of cursed energy. Just start crying and undo the technique already. A technique used to mirror curses. It's an endurance match. This will keep going unless we undo the technique. That was pretty amazing in the episode where his brother cried out to him, and then he kind of undid the curse without even thinking about it. Like, it happened like bam. Because they were connected. Also, I have to say this. I've said it before, I think, but I need to say it again. The whole thing about them having to explain the technique for it to work better, I love that, because of what Mahito said before about like the nature of reality and your body being based on, how do you say, remember that episode where Mahito was talking about your body being created by like your vision of yourself or something, and to me it links to like my beliefs around the nature of reality as a whole. And so how saying the technique out loud and explaining it to the people you're using it on, and that making it actually work better or faster, I think that's brilliant writing. Like, that's amazing. Yeah, Sotos, it's not so much anymore. That's not really true anymore. There is, because of the tourism culture in Japan, and with, it's more strict with Japanese people with tattoos, because of the Yakuza link. But me as a foreign person going to Japan, there will be hot springs that they're not like, it's not such a big thing anymore. You look kind of scary, Soto, so I don't know what they're gonna think about you. Maybe you need to shave so you look like Babyface. I may have tattoos, but I'm not a Yakuza. The anime did an amazing job here. Honestly, the manga pales in comparison with what the anime created. So it's beautiful though. Still love the art style, but it's so, after having just watched the anime and how amazing that looked with the expressions and stuff and the whole scene and the movement, right now I can't even really look at the manga because I'm just thinking of how amazing the anime was. You know what I'm saying? Hairpin. Ooh, this was pretty insane. Her face here. Once again. Oh, shit, you can't see. Once again. We can't look at it either. By the way, per Yuji, he's in the group with 2 psychos. I do like that the author doesn't use it as an excuse to do it for every character. Like, Nobara didn't explain her technique at all to make sure that she could get the last attack in with his arm. If he knew her technique, he wouldn't have left his arm. Yes, like, it depends on how they want to use it. It's not a necessity, but it does make it stronger. But she knew that she didn't need to explain it. Her advantage lied in not explaining it. And then, bam. Yeah. So it depends on the sorcerer, the Jujutsu sorcerer themselves, and whether or not they choose to reveal it. Or like how Todo specifically lied about his reveal. Yeah, it's all a choice. But I still like the... What's the word? The fact that in the story, if they do explain it, it gives it a little bit of a power boost. Because I think, like, her crazy is what makes her great. She looked so badass in the anime when she did that move. Yeah. This was fucking insane in the anime. This looks pretty cool, but this, in comparison, looks bad because of how great the anime looked. Like, it's not bad, but because of how great the anime made that look, you're like, can't compare. Can't even. She points right at the realm of the dead. But this still looks pretty cool. Don't you worry, the older one will get his turn right after this. The line in the anime was cooler when she said, I'm going to send your brother right after you or something. Two days later. Man, it wasn't just a Sukuna finger curse when we investigated the corpses. They were bodies that consumed cursed objects. The first years this year or something else, taking out multiple special grade curses. It's probably thanks to my awesome teaching. Damn, 3 sugars. This whole conversation was the ending scene. I feel like I should watch all of that again because it was like they kind of revealed a lot without revealing too much. And Ryoten says, I think that the studio really outdid themselves, especially in the Black Flash scene. The way the guitar riff was going back and forth between Yuji and Nobara. Oh yeah, I remember, like, doo, 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 doo. That was amazing. Before the impact framed in the last shot is absolutely amazing. Holy crap, yeah. Definitely makes me want to rewatch that episode. The whole episode. Like, because a lot of it, the build-up was brilliant. Because from the very first moment, it was like, shit is happening. Until the very end. Juno. What did Soto say? Damn, I hate it when I miss the conversation because now I'm seeing Cherry laugh at Juno. Then I'm looking at Juno who said, damn it, beat me to it. But he's acting Soto's. And the last thing Soto said was simp to Cherry. Now I have to look, what did Cherry say? Agree, Soto's, that was insane in the anime. The anime did better job with this one. Your blue eyes is for Gojo-sama. No. But I do have contact lenses in, but it's not for... It's just for cosplay. And I like blue eyes in general. And they arrived recently because I thought I needed it for a cosplay and I don't. But I'm gonna need it for a cosplay anyway eventually. But because I have them, I decided to wear them because I like blue eyes. You missed one. I just said I love Gojo. Yeah, he's a babe. Holy crap. Does anyone know more or less when they're planning to release the movie? Or is it just like movie 0? Announcement, but we don't know when, you know? Winter 2022? When's that? Next year, which month? Because winter 2022, because your winter is not my winter. Like a year and a half? No. No. Let me just quickly do something here. Jujutsu Kaisen. Prequel. It's already on my planning. It says winter 2022. Yeah, I don't know when. I don't know what is winter 2022. Is it the end of... Oh, 2020. Wait, it's 2021 now. So that's next year. It's Japan's winter. So either December 2021 or January or December 2022. Winter 2022 is the end of this year. So yeah, that's not too long to wait. That sounds more realistic to me. I don't think they'll make us wait a whole year and a half for a movie. Then again, it was like, if you take a look at the Neon Genesis Evangelion movies, they take a while to come out. But that's NGE. This is not NGE, just Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I think it will be the end of this year or beginning next year. Oh, excuse me. Hanku! Hanku! I hope they'll give us a second season too. They'll probably give us a second season somewhere in 2022. This is like a big money thing now. Like if they capitalize on the story, I think they could make it very, very, very big. It still feels like February to you. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to... There's nothing else that I need to say, right? Honestly, the episode got a 10 out of 10 for me. The season as a whole, 9.5. It was amazing, and I'm very excited for the movie. And honestly, there's not more than I can say. There's not more than that I can say. You missed one of the manga panels? Oh, the last one. Oh. Wait, where is it? I see it here, but I don't see... I click the last one here, and then it opens this one. You see what I'm saying? Like, how is that possible? Oh, it's not in order. I don't know why. What did I miss? But I'm just gonna open it like... How do you open it? There, open original. Once again... The anime kind of overshadows all the manga panels for me today. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then I think of the anime and I'm just like, wow, amazing. I want to watch it again right now. Maybe expectations for movie or next possible season. I don't know. It's going to be fucking amazing. That's my expectations. I have high expectations. Sometimes that's a problem though. Because when a show sets itself up like amazing from the start, then it needs to live up to or surpass that to stay, because now my expectations are high. So no, you don't do that, Vasilisk. Michael did it right. You type KT, comma, and then say in the same message the thing, not KT. Then send the message, and then I'm waiting and in suspense for KT what? It's nerve-wracking. Don't do that. My expectations for the following season is just for things to expand as they have. The story has been like setting up this world and these characters, and I think it's done so brilliantly. Like we don't know much about any of them really yet. This felt to me like an introduction. It's brilliant. It's not just an introduction, but we don't really know much about these characters and their pasts and the world, but it set everything up so well. Does that make sense? So the following seasons are just going to be like expansions of the greatness that we've already gotten. Except for the prequel movie, which I don't know, that's going to give us foundation, I guess. Or depth, which is, in my mind, the same thing. It's going to give us foundation, which will make it feel like the story has more depth, because then you understand things better because it's based on, you know. I'm going to read the manga. I wanted to start before the season, but didn't get to it, so I decided to start right after the season. Are you going to read past where the anime ended, though? Because I sometimes do that too when I love an anime, and back when I had more time. I would start reading the manga from the beginning, and then I would, like, I did the same thing for My Hero Academia before season 4. I read from the beginning of My Hero Academia up to the end of season 3. And then I stopped because I don't want to spoil myself in the anime. I'm going to finally binge the rest of the manga and finish my reread now that season 1 is done. Oh, your reread. So, yeah. Back when I was the famous bitch. Sounds better. What? Okay, but I have a lot to get to tonight. So I'm going to quickly end the stream, upload the reaction and the review. Then I'm going to come back, post the review. And then, I don't know, you guys can maybe vote if we want to do My Hero Academia first, if that is even up yet. Is it up? I'm sure it should be. Yeah, we could do My Hero Academia first and then Love is War. Or the other way around. But maybe vote somewhere in the chat. I don't know. Say what you want. Or what you'd like, I mean. And then, yeah, I'm going to end it so that I can post the review and the reaction for patrons. I would like My Hero Academia because I haven't seen this episode yet. That's not, no. Don't ever say that in my chat. Like, you can't say that. You have to have seen the episode if you want to watch my reaction to it. Oh, I read that wrong. I'm sorry, Vasily. I get what you're saying. No, I read it wrong. I would like My Hero Academia Lost because I haven't seen the ep yet. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I didn't see the word lost. I was just like, shit, no, that's not how it works. You have to watch the episode first before you watch my reaction. Whew, okay. No, that's, I didn't see that you said that right. Sorry. My mistake. But let me end it here. You guys can decide together or put up a poll. And okay, so My Hero Academia Lost. So then while we watch Love is War, those of you that haven't seen My Hero Academia, you can go watch My Hero Academia, and then that sounds like a good plan, but still vote on it. And I'm sure those of you that watched the episode with me and listened to my review, thank you. I appreciate it. And I will see you in a bit for the rest. Vasily almost falsely accused of something again. No, but this was the first time. The other time, well, I think it was Vazimir, but then they did it too, and then it's both of them. So even though he was falsely accused, he then later did what he was accused of, so which was rushing me that time. Okay, I'll see you guys in like 15 minutes or 10 to 15. Bye.